with this side now, they've got Percy at the helm leading things, and they all seem to be at least on board with the ideas that he's presenting. You know, in the past when they were trialing IGLs like Happy and such, and you know, just having not the same amount of connection that the team seems to have at the moment. They do seem to be working a lot more as a 5 under the helm of Percy.
Oh yeah, I agree. They seem to be a bit more cohesive.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it is a good future they have ahead of them. As I've said, right, they are on a good road to move up in the world of tiers, especially in CS. But it will all depend how well GL and how well they work as a unit in that sense. Then again, like you said it, right, Dennis joining Apeks. This is quite the I wouldn't say that big of a surprise since he was standing in for them quite a little bit. But, you know, Dennis is still a name that is very recognizable, very respected in the community. And he certainly has a lot of knowledge to offer to some of the guys that might be a little bit less on the experience side, on the side of Apeks. And I think that will bring them over that very much important marker that you know, actually gives them a fighting chance against anyone that is acutely. As we said.
Oh, you're back. You had a little blip. You're back. Nope, he's not back. Okay, there we go. We'll continue. But yeah, just to sort of preface that, Dennis obviously joining the squad. He is still, I believe, listed as a stand-in. I believe there was a little bit of an official statement as to what was going on with him. I believe he's staying for a couple extra months. They've got Polly as the Norwegian player. You are back, I believe.
Okay, I apologize. My internet just decided to die. I'm looking at the picture, I freeze, and then the game freezes, and like, oh damn, okay, something's wrong on my side.
You're back. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry. Please continue.
But yeah, they're kind of in an interesting spot at the moment. Obviously, with the Norwegian league they're playing, they've got to still field a 5-man Norwegian roster, I believe. So they've got Polly as, I believe, who's acting coach out of the Norwegian league, and then playing during, of course. But yeah, they've got Dennis. I believe he's still on a quote like stand-in kind of role. But again, he's joining the squad for at least the foreseeable future. He was with them playing the minor qualifier. Of course, we know that is now a completely different process. But he's been playing, you know, the blast games with them. But again, he's joined the squad for at least the foreseeable. So yeah, they've got a real solid roster here. And again, just by swapping that 1-to-1 player, I believe Polly is an AWP. So when they swap, it's basically just a simple change. Yeah. But it seems like we are going to be getting into the game very soon. 5 players or 10 players in the server, starting on time. Always love to see it, which is a nice way to start the day. But best
looking
of
at
one
you, Smash.
On Mirage. Yeah, we had some delays yesterday, of course, but all is good now. And it seems like we'll be kicking off Group B with, of course, Secret versus Apeks. Like you said, Mirage, it's a decent map for both. It does favor Secret, but we're going in with a best of one. We've seen how unpredictable these have been over the past, you know, couple of weeks that we've been covering the morning games. They can really bring out some surprises.
Absolutely can, and I think the best thing about Secret is that they have this duo that certainly, in essence or in theory, sometimes shouldn't work, but it just does. Juan Flatro and Synopsy, or specifically Flatro and Synopsy, if we're more exact. They're an amazing duet that have risen through the ranks together. They've played throughout Face It to Grind together through different leagues and hubs. And, well, they've made it very far on the ladder itself. And I think them and in their essence are just scary to go up against. And then you add Anarques, who is on a whole nother level. You have Nukia that is going to be standing in, of course, but still Nukia, we know how good he is being in Hellraisers. He had a little bit of a poor stint there, a slow run of the mill, if some could say. Certainly we had better options at him, but it is as it is. And then obviously Percy, as you said, the IGL, a very smart player who knows how to handle all the egos together and combine into one big bursting ball of flame that just obliterates everything in front of them. And right now, well, speaking of the bursting ball of flame, it is going to be the knife round starting off in this best of one series. Ladies and gentlemen, Mirage. And we are going to be jumping straight into the knife round. Let us see where it leads us to, as we are ready to enjoy a little bit of an early morning CS here. Secret versus Apeks.
Yeah, this knife round, as we know in best of ones, is always one that they'll be looking to get off the bat just to be able to decide if they start in, but we know that CT side is definitely the preferred one. Does seem like Secret will be taking the L on that one, but Apeks should be deciding to start on that CT side, and especially on a map like Mirage, that is going to be at least a better angle for them to begin. You look at the stats overall for Mirage for the side of Apeks, 56% out of 9 maps. They did play it exactly a week ago against Yapaleno. It was a 16-5 loss that they took. They were able to beat Virtus Pro on this map, interestingly enough. That was in a best of 3, which they were able to snatch out. If we call it sort of cast back, I believe it was the final decider game to get out of the playoffs, and they managed to make it past Virtus Pro. But pistol round is going to get underway. It is Apeks on the CT side. Kit on Akez. Couple flashbangs as well for him. Secret, though. 2-man utility play, seeming like it is going to be an A-sided execution. 3 through Palace, 2 down on ramp for the smokes. We know exactly what is going on here, but Apeks, they've got to be aware of it. This execution, Truth is about to rack it out.
Well, he certainly is true to his name. Unfortunately enough, he's not justice. Well, he doesn't have enough justice in himself to get more than a few tags. Though Dennis, and of course Marcelius, will be strong enough in this case to make sure this does not get out of hand. Dennis and Akez, they will be holding the line, and Marcelius and Akez actually stealing away the frags. But still, the round is going to go to Apeks as they find themselves on the pistol. They will kick it off for good. Yeah, the idea behind for Secret is obviously, you know, we've seen it time and time before. There's nothing complex about it. You group up in Palace, you've got the player in pit that's going to drop out the utility flashes, you know, whatever else they might be throwing, and then you just hope for the best. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work out. They were immediately spotted. The rotation had enough time to set up, and by the time they were running out of apps, there were already 3 players more on the site ready to defend. And as we can see, a force buy, no surprise, I believe, Anarquez on the scout, as he is the opera in general, and it's going to be hard to bring him down if you're not ready to take a strong fight. Still, though, this is getting a little bit precarious, especially with Synopsy down on site.